Hey everybody, it's Brad with a new Tubi Tuesday mini review, and this is a review I couldn't do by myself. I brought my friend Drew, who also watches some Tubi films. So Drew from Real Feels and needs to be seen.
Needs to be
How
seen.
you doing, Drew?
You know what? I am dandy. I'm ready to talk some Tubi. More importantly,
we are talking a brand new Tubi original called Toe
with Kane Hodder.
And it is directed by Vanessa Alexander. This is her directorial debut. And it was written and stars Caitlin Gerard. I didn't realize she was a writer on it until I looked it up.
Oh, okay.
So she's the one that played the twin sisters.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, and real quick, it is twin sisters must confront their past when their attempted killer re-enters their lives. So this is a film that came to Tubi. I had no idea it was even coming. It was
no until you posted it. I also had no idea. I
just logged on last Friday. I was like, I'm gonna watch something on Tubi. Let's see what they got. And it was like right up top, Tubi original Toe.
Yep.
So I click on it. And I saw Kane Hodder's name, and I'm like, well, I'm going to watch this today.
Done. It's already, the decision is made. The decision is made.
So let's give this a go. And, real quick, thoughts on it. Overall, I did enjoy it.
Yeah.
I thought for the most part, it was fun. There wasn't anything anything new that you hadn't seen before, basically. But I kind of liked the twist of how they approached this kind of like slasher guy coming after them. Now, until the ending just made me laugh.
Yeah, it was more comical with the ending. It's again, you have a fairly sensible plot. The catchphrase of the killer, "I'll see you in your dreams."
Yes,
immediately was like, oh, okay, cool. So and again, it's no slight to the writer for the script or anything of the direction for the film, but when you have a killer that says, "I'll see you in your dreams," and then quite literally, he's seeing you in your dreams, where
he is,
where the sisters are like, I guess, almost comatose for like half the film, and I was like, okay, cool. So we have Nightmare on Elm Street direct like influence, like.
Nightmare
not even influence
with
like it's
Jason
an homage
chasing you instead.
Right, exactly. So it's not literally Jason's chasing them.
Yes.
And instead of knives for fingers, he has a big old wrench. And yeah, again, as you said, overall enjoyable. I did find a small portion of it, but it was a small portion that was consistent, confusing, where there were so many back and forths between what was present and what was a memory and what was going from the memory to being in the present or what's in a dream. And then like, how did the person who's in the outside in the real world get in the dream to die in the dream? Like,
there was some confusing points of that where
continuity.
Like, where are we? And sometimes I was like, okay, is this the girls like imagining when they were children, when their parents were murdered, and now that you're just seeing them as adults, or where are we? Present day, past, a dream. Yeah, some of that was very confusing.
I think that was the main like detour from, again, not that it was a bad film in any way, shape, or form, but I think it was the main detour from like fully enjoying it, because there was just this a bit of constant confusion for me where I had to kind of like go back and go like, hold on, wait, okay, it's a dream. Okay, that's in the therapist. Okay, like it was just this back and forth,
and then it got to a point when I think it was when they strap him to the chair, when it's kind of like the final moments where it's like the full chase. He's chasing after him and her in the junkyard and everything else. You're like, okay, this is pretty cool. Now I know where we are. Now I know what's going on. I'm all in for this. And then
I was
electric.
I was so confused because, but again, the back and forth of the memories, because we were told he was already dead. So if he was already dead, like, are we seeing like memories before he was executed? Or are we, because the scenes where they're running around and getting caught seems like it's happening in present time, unless like the information of him already being executed is not correct. But also, I was really confused as to why, like, forgive me for saying, like, why did this mechanic have such a hard on for the two sisters, where the one sister is like, he was mumbling something, and I think he's creating an afterlife for us as a prison. And I'm like, why? What? Like, what's so special about you?
Well,
why?
one of the sisters ran away when
I get that, but
they first did it. So,
but I mean,
did she? I don't know. Did she get into this satanic thing that he was part of?
Okay, so like the one sister ran through the orchard, and that's why the other sister kept yelling, like, "Don't leave me! Don't leave me!" And then Kane, the mechanic, was still holding on to the one sister as she's screaming for her other sister as she's running away. And then the cops show up and they gun him down. So, like, is he mad that he was distracted and didn't walk away with one of the girls? So that's why he's vowing revenge. And at that point, if he's already locked up and put in jail for the rest of his life, why is the one sister so traumatized and obsessed with him to find out that, like, he's, you know, been in his jail cell the entire time, writing like satanic symbols in blood on the wall, which, again, like the continuity of, like, I'm watching him draw on the wall and I'm like, they wouldn't allow that. Like, how is he being allowed
inside
to do
the
this?
Dreams? I didn't know if it was inside the dreams or in a junkyard when he's making like the almost
satanic,
like a dream catcher out of bones,
right? Out of bones, and see, I thought that was cool. And then he puts the person's face like in the middle of it. So I mean, you're actually getting.
I did think that was cool. It had a lot of cool stuff in it. And
It did because you're getting a little bit of okay. So Jason is chasing them in a dream like Freddy, and then he's dismembering the bodies and using parts like Leatherface. All right, I get it.
And he's got like a hooded coat, like I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. or I guess maybe the is it like the Bye Bye Man, kind of,
or like that? Like with a wrench.
with a wrench. So again, it's just, and he has no lines. Really? I don't remember him speaking in the entire time, except for, like, you know, I always watch the movies with my subtitles and it says like satanic mumbling.
Yes, there was a lot of that going on.
So he's constantly like chanting or mumbling his satanic, I guess, spell or incantation. And he's drawing his pentagram with the goat symbol, which thankfully at the end, it put it up in bold on the screen because it was kind of blurred. He just kept going over and over it with blood. So it was becoming smeared, or at least too bold to understand what the drawing was. But again, like, what's the point? And how is he accessing these dreams?
Well, I mean, what? Yeah, I mean, his obviously his satanic thing is some. I think it was the connection to the sisters that. How is he so connected to the sisters to be able to to do this and connect to both of them? Because I think he connected to each of them differently, didn't he?
But I think,
or made you feel that way.
But I think he can connect to them both directly because they're identical. So they're the same person. And then through the dream, like, they also get that like pentagram burn on their hand.
Only
that's
one of them
there,
got
but
that.
not there. Well, no, they both got it, didn't they?
I think
I thought they both got it
eventually.
I thought they both got it eventually at one point.
Maybe. It was towards that ending where it was like a lot happened, and I mean, during the whole electrocution thing, and like
I think the other sister did get it because when she was in the hospital and the therapist came to see her, he took her hand and he looked at it and he saw the symbol.
Yes.
Okay, so they eventually both did get it. And I don't know if that's okay. So if that's his way of possession, because the one sister, when she eventually kills Kane or sees Kane killing her, and she can see below the hood, she sees herself.
Yes.
So I don't know if that's like the way that Kane is possessing her, or again, something. I do like the idea that the junkyard with all these cars, that the front seat kind of like glows an eerie orangish red. I do like this idea of almost like a purgatory where they're stuck.
I
and
mean,
for a while, I thought that the boyfriend in the truck who kept banging on the window, calling out to her, and she couldn't hear him, I thought he was going to be stuck in there and that she could never hear him. And I'm like, well, that's great.
Couldn't get him out.
That's great. Like, he's stuck there. That's his hell. Like, I thought that was great. And you see a variety of cars throughout the years. So like, how long has he been doing this? How many people are actually dead? And like, are the pieces just left in the car? And if you notice, it's always like a broken right front window with like blood coming down. And his whole thing is to like smack someone in the back of the skull. So they're always like disoriented walking back to their car.
Yeah. It had a lot of great.
It has good points,
concepts in it, and a lot of great scenes.
Right.
There was just a lot of confusion. I mean, overall, I think I gave it like a 2.5. Like it
I think I gave it
average.
2. I think I gave it a 2.
And it's one that I'm not going to tell people, especially if, people are into horror movies. Just like, I want something new to watch. I'm like, just check out Toe. I mean, it's not a terrible film.
No,
I've seen a lot worse.
And frankly, with anything that if you're looking just for something new to watch, Brad and I will be the first people to tell you, just go look through Tubi.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you will find a myriad of B-rate independent films that, to be quite honest, some are quite enjoyable. I mean, you'll have fun with it. I know Brad and I will 100% advocate for big ass spiders.
Absolutely. I mean, that's just a mindless fun film.
Lavalantula, Steve Guttenberg. You can't avoid the goodness. So,
and in this, I don't know how many of Tubi's original horror films you've watched. This is one of the ones that I think I found a lot.
I think I've only watched
more enjoyable.
2.
Okay,
I think I've only watched 2 of them, and I think it was obviously this one, and gosh, what was the one where it was the cowboy?
Oh, Teardrop.
The director was really excited that I watched that one. Yeah, Teardrop. I was really excited with seeing Corrective Measures. The fact that Bruce Willis has his own Tubi original.
He does. I have seen it.
You know what? That looked great.
It's something.
You know what? I don't care. I don't care because it's Bruce Willis in a Tubi original. I was excited.
True. Yeah,
I was excited, and also, I mean, with the recent news of Bruce Willis, I will still be excited.
I mean, that's why I watched it. He was in it.
Exactly.
It's Tubi original.
Exactly.
Why not?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that I'm scrolling through. Yeah, I'm scrolling through. That's probably the only one that I've. Yeah, okay. Just those two. Those two.
And like Drew said, definitely those who are watching a Tubi Tuesday video, definitely follow at Tubi Tuesday. And Drew, he does the same over at Needs to Be Seen.
We're clever.
You follow his Tubi adventures over there. I feel like we're on to something here.
I know we're making headway. Notice us, Tubi.
Yeah.
Witness us.
Do you have any lasting thoughts on Toe before we go? Toe before we go. Obviously, just give it a watch. I mean, if anything, for Kane Hodder, absolutely.
If you can make a good continuity connection for a timeline, I would suggest making a poster board with a string and push pins, and you can connect it like Memento.
Run it backwards.
Just run it backwards. It's still fun. It has good moments, and I think, as Brad had said, there's good conceptual qualities to it.
There is.
And again, it's nothing against the writing or the director choices. I'm not one to try and like mock the film, because I mean, I'm not a director, I'm not a writer of screenplay. This is someone's work, this is someone's job that I will very much respect. Just my opinion on, like, I think certain things were hard to follow, but overall, like a 2 out of 5. I say go for it if you need some, fun watch. Yeah.
And I agree. Like it does have some confusion. You have Kane Hodder. You can tell it's Kane Hodder, the way he moves, I love the way he chases.
Just like the nose down, you're getting that jawline of him over the hood. And I kept waiting for the moments. And there was one moment where I was like, I think getting out of the car, and you could actually see his face. And I'm like, oh, I got a full view. I got a full view of Kane Hodder's face.
Well, Drew, I want to thank you for doing this quick little mini review of Toe, the Tubi original, with me.
Yes.
And before you go, I mean, I gave away Needs to Be Seen, where you can find it. Where else can we find your lovely, sultry voice?
Oh, well. Guys, you can look me up on the Real Feels podcast, which is my main show, much like Brad with the Cinema Guys. We review a different movie of a different genre fortnightly, every 2 weeks. We are at Real Feels Pod up on Twitter. You can search for the Real Feels Podcast up on Instagram and Facebook. Send us an email at realfeelspodcast@gmail.com. And we would just love for you to follow, subscribe, listen to our episodes. I think by the time this comes out, maybe you can head over there and listen to Brad over on one of our episodes for what are you watching? Brad and I did a top 5 of our most recent hashtag 150 Days of Horror.
Yes, which
Toe
was one of those films. Yep. So yeah, definitely follow the 150 Days of Horror. Drew and I started on June 3rd, going all the way through Halloween. We are doing 150 horror movies in 150 days. We did 100 last year, and we thought, we got to bump this up a little bit.
Let's add a little more, because folks, we watch quite a bit, and we tend to surpass our, I would say, by the time we get to it, minimal and childish goals.
Yes. Yes. That is so true. So thank you again for watching, and make sure you subscribe to the channel so you never miss one of these mini reviews, or my Tubi Tuesdays that come out the last Tuesday of the month, where I kind of go over some of my tops and bottoms for the last month of Tubi watches, and follow our podcast at wearethecinemagays.com. But thank you again. And like I always say, Tuesdays aren't just for tacos.